Alright guys, we're back out here in the shop messing around, and I finally went ahead and pulled the carburetor off that 65 and see if I can't get the accelerator pump evidently was bad in it, because it wouldn't start without a shot of gas, without a squirt bottle full of gas in the carburetor. Once you done that, it would sit there and run great, done fine, just didn't want to accelerate. You know, like that pump shot was bad. So anyway, pulled the carb off, pulled it apart. It was nasty, of course. So I've had it soaking in this gunk part cleaner, carburetor cleaner stuff. I kind of forgot it. It stayed in here a couple of days. So maybe they eat everything up. I don't believe it has, but anyway. It looks like it's come out pretty good. I mean, it's a whole lot better than it did, that's for sure. But you go over and rinse this thing out. And my kid will be here Monday, so maybe I can get this thing today, get it all cleaned up and blowed out, and make sure everything's all hunky-dory on it. And see if we can put a kit in this thing tomorrow. And maybe get a run. I did get all the brakes off broke loose. And so it's under the back shelter now. And I was talking to Chad's Puglisi Speed Shop the other night, and he's supposedly going to have a hood shortly. I don't know if he's purchasing another truck or what, but anyway, might be able to get a hood from him for the old girl, and that'd be nice. I'm thinking, I don't know, you know, I'm really entertaining the idea of a little 327. Just ain't enough motor in that S10 for what I want to do. So I'm actually thinking about taking the 327 out of the S10 and putting in the c10. You know, there it would be with a overdrive transmission and all that, you know, so I don't know. I would probably drive the C10 a lot more than I would drive the S10. So I've got working on a deal with a guy with a 454 out of a motorhome. So if I can get that, we can put the 454, you know, in the S10. That would be more like what I wanted to happen. But anyway, let me get this stuff brushed off and rinsed off, and I'll be right back with you guys. All right. Okay. That much everything rinsed off now. And really ain't nothing I can do but dry it off and make sure everything's blowed out and clean. The kid won't be here till tomorrow. So not a whole lot we can do with it really, just make sure it looks good. So that's okay. Yeah, no. water pump don't look bad, but I don't know, there may have been an orifice in there or something stopped up and I didn't know it. Anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, it's no biggie. Linkage is all pitted up, but I reckon if I was a 65 model, ain't never had no paint on me, I'd be pitted up too. Yeah, I don't even know. I just ordered the kit from Napa, so I'm really not sure what's coming in the kit, what's not. I don't know. Can't be much. It ain't much here. But it's but anyway. We'll get it figured out, but anyway, it is. Okay. Chuck bracket. Alright. There she is, and there's the boat. She cleaned up pretty good. That will come out. We're gonna try it. Yeah, let me spray a little carb cleaner in that and brake cleaning mess and see if I can get that all cleaned out. I forgot all about that. Good. That's all of them. All good. Okay. Alright, well that's all we can do with that for today. Alright guys, we got over here to this terrible workbench. And I've got to get this thing cleaned up some. Anyway, half this mess is full anymore. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't know if I ever said y'all that. This connecting rod out of a 99 Z71. It was a 2000 model. Cranked that thing up one morning, my personal truck. Crank it up one morning, and I've always cranked them up and sit there and watched the oil pressure, make sure it come up, and make sure everything started was running smooth before I ever pull her in gear. And I got ready to pull it in gear, and this thing cut off. What in the world? Hit the key, and it was locked up tight. Pulled her down, and that's what had happened. Now that one shiny place on the rod right there was what was left. The rest of it had been broke and been broke for God only knows how long. But anyway, so you know what happened to that when it went down and tried to come back up. Destroyed the block. You know, it ruined it. But I blowed up a bunch of motors in my years messing with hot rods. I ain't never blowed one up sitting there idling. Destroyed it. But it had evidently had some, well, I never was rough on the truck, but you know, I can't say about the history before I got it. I don't know. But anyway, I thought that's kind of interesting. I've always saved that thing. It's probably, shoot, that truck's probably been gone 10 years. Something like that. For a while anyway. Maybe not that long. Anyway. But what I got, I guess I could look at you. Oh, I'm about to knock you down. We're gonna take that old C10 that was my granddad's and my uncle's, and we're gonna fix it all back up somewhat, make a shop truck out of it, and probably V8 it. I'm really thinking that 327 might just S10. It's a fairly low compression motor. I mean, it's not 9.5 to 1, so it's nothing special. Maybe change the cam in it, maybe not, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But anyway, the old dang old light shining up my eyes. Oh, I'll move something different. Alright, the C10 had them old drum brakes on it, and they're all seized up, and they weren't worth 2 cents anyway. So I had to beat and cut and get all that crap off. And luckily I borrowed a set of wheels off of a old boy's junk 4-wheel drive Chevrolet, so I could roll it anyway, because tires were all to pieces. And anyway, I'm babbling here. What I'm planning on is I talked to my old boss man the other day, guy I worked for 30 years, and he's got a 76, 77, something like that, one of them big 10 half-ton Chevrolet trucks, I think it's what it is. Yeah, big 10. That was his personal truck for years and years before he ever put it on and let a crew drive it. But anyway, he told me I could go get that, and from what I've read, the spindles and all right off of that 69 or so, from 60s right on up to 87. Just from what I've been told, the spindles are the same. So, you know, you get up there mid 70s, get you a half-ton truck, 5 lug, change over the brakes, you got disc brakes on the front. And from what I read, that, you know, that's no big deal to do, changing the spindles. That's not a biggie. So we'll do that, but new ball joints and all that mess in it while we're at it. So that'll give us disc brakes on the front, and then that gives us a booster and master cylinder and all that kind of stuff to start with. Anyway, we may replace all that, but at least it'll give us something for mocking all that up. And then I'm thinking about taking the rear end out from under it. The rear end, from what I gather, is an inch or inch and a quarter, something like that, I'm not sure, wider on the 77 truck than it is on the 65. Well, backspacing, I can adjust that with wheels that I'm probably going to put on it anyway. So I may just change rear end, drivetrain, and then if I stick that little 327 in it with a $200 transmission, it ought to be, you know, go ahead and put power steering on it. There would be my power steering, gearbox, and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's hopefully the next few days I'll get that truck over here and get started. I don't know, maybe after Christmas now. It's, shoot, what, the 19th or something like that. Christmas will be before you know it. So anyway, I may get that over here and get started on that, so I can get that tore apart. But he told me that it was, hey.
Hey, you recording?
Yeah, but that ain't no big deal.
I didn't make it food line.
Why?
Gosh. It's like a monsoon.
Yeah, when it... Okay, we got sidetracked. I don't even know where I was at. I had to back up and look at it and read and change the stuff up. But anyway, the plan is take that 70s, 5, 6, 7, whatever that truck is, I'm not real sure. It's the old square body, 73 to 81, that body style anyway. And I may see, because Boss Man said best he could remember, the motor run great. It was a new motor, it just didn't have the, he had overdrive transmission put in it, and somebody built the transmission anyway, whatever. I think transmission's not no good. So anyhow, we may get it here and see if we can do a will it start and get it running, and if it runs good, we can get it to clean up and run good. I may just put the whole motor and transmission, motor and the 200R or whatever in the C10. I mean, it's a 350, so I mean, that's fine, but whatever. But anyway, that's what we're planning on doing. And deer season will be over with the first of January 1st, so then I'm gonna have plenty of time. I'll quit deer hunting every day. But so that's what we're gonna do. From what I understand, the power steering changeover is not a big deal. It's a $60, $70, maybe $100 adapter kit. Drill a couple of holes and bolt a plate on and bolt the newer model gearbox right to it, and you're good to go. Other than adjusting the steering rod, I think you got to do a little bit of that, but nothing major. So get that going. And if Chad's over with Puglisi's speed shop, you guys need to check him out. He's funny as hell. I enjoy it. The guy's smart, man. He's real smart. He's always got projects going on. But anyway, he told me he had a hood coming. I don't know if he's got it yet or not, whatever. But anyway, he's up in Maryland, I think is where it's at. So we may take off and go to Maryland and get a hood from him or see what we know. But I can't find them around here. You know, nobody's got any of these old C10s, 65, 64, 6 era. You're not going to find them around here. So if you do, they're rusted slam out. So anyway, that's what we're up to, guys. And we'll see what we can get done. Like I said, next one may be snatching that 327 out. Who knows? I don't even know. Well, should be that rebuilding that carburetor. Hopefully the kit's supposed to be here tomorrow. We'll get that, see if we can get the kit put in and get the carburetor straightened out and get it where it'll start. And I said, old truck idled great. Once you got it started, you had to give it a shot of gas and with a squirt bottle in the carburetor. And then it had a dead spot, you know, where it wouldn't accelerate till you got over to the back side. But we'll put a kit in it, see if that fixes it, and go from there. All right, guys. See y'all later. Oh yeah, this is one thing I was going to show y'all. I threw together the other day when I was trying to break those wheels loose. All it is 2 pieces of 3/16 by 2 flat bar. I had angle. I don't know why in the world I didn't put angle on it, but I didn't. So anyway, just welded it all together. Just tacked it all up good and heavy. Drilled holes in it where it fits the wheel studs. Put a piece of pipe on the end of it. But you can stand on it, bolt this in right to the wheel studs, and put some pressure on it, stand on that, get somebody to stand on this end or bump it, whatever, and tap that brake drum, and that would break them loose. It works. I mean, it's kind of crude, but yeah, it works. I don't know. It worked anyway. I was going to show you all that. But it does. So you mess around with some of these old cars with brake stuck wheels, you might want to make you one. They're pretty simple. Ain't nothing to it. If I was going to do it, I'd make it out of some 1/4 inch though, instead of 3/16. And but you can put some leverage on one now. So, all right, guys. See y'all later.